This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Nuhfer, a former teacher who knows firsthand about how exhausting and overwhelming this work can be. After 20 years in the classroom and 2 bouts of burnout, I found tools to help teachers not just survive, but thrive. I created Teaching Well to help educators like you manage stress, find balance, and reconnect with the passion that brought you to teaching. This podcast is your space to breathe, reflect, and take those small steps toward feeling more grounded and fulfilled. Your well-being is crucial to your school success, and I'm here to support you. My youngest son loves fire engines. He's newly 3, and he knows about the ladders and the hoses. We started teaching the boys about money, and he got a fire engine wallet. And in this wallet, he put his very own money from his birthday. And when we took the boys to pick out their very own toy at a store using their very own money, he searched and searched for just that right something. He was going to be content with a school bus, but in the bottom corner of the shelf, he saw it, and his face just lit up. There was this visceral reaction that I will never forget about seeing this red piece of plastic with the imprinted hoses and white ladders. 2 of them even came off of the sides. "To get to the high places, Mom," he told me with such joy. He walked confidently up to the register and tried his best to hoist this awkward box to the counter. The kind person smiled in response to his quavering smile as he opened his wallet. I helped him count out just enough, plus a little from extra from Mom and Dad. And the person said thank you, treating him just like any other customer. She carefully counted out his change and placed it in his hands. Before even grabbing the bag that I knew he wanted so badly, he paused, unzipped the change pouch, put it in, and then even tried to place the dollar bills in the correct section. Quickly velcroing the wallet, he handed it to me to be presented with his bag, his big white shopping bag that he proudly held. It was probably about half the size of his body. Although bulky, it was light, and he carried the bag so proudly back to his dad to show him, and out the door he went as it rustled against his little legs. A boy and his fire truck. So I know, cute story, Danielle, but what in the world does this have to do with teaching? With my life? Well, I see my little one playing with his fire truck, and he knows how it works. There's an emergency, someone calls the dispatcher, and then the fire truck is off to the rescue. So as a teacher, how do you set up that same situation? What is missing in our relay of an emergency response? It seems that sometimes we're missing the dispatcher, the person or the moment that can allow us to slow down and see the forest for the trees. People don't call the fire department directly. There's a pause or a buffer. Now I know we don't have the luxury, if ever, to have a whole other person be our buffer. And that is why we need to learn how to be our own. When we practice a pause over and over again, that is our buffer. That will help us in that moment of discernment. That moment where we need to choose what is the emergency and what can wait. Now, I want to be clear. This is not something that you are inherently born with, this power of pausing. This is a skill that is built. And that's a hopeful thing, because that means that you can develop it over time. This is a skill that helps us respond instead of react. And in the moment, we can be fully integrated in responding to the emergency. So the question is, how do you practice the pause? Well, just like a fire drill, you have to do it when there's not a fire. That's how you put the fire out. That's how you choose which fire to be put out. You have to practice with the drill. And you do that in the more quiet moments of your day. If you want to get good at responding to emergencies in your day, practice regularly paying attention during other parts of your day. Just like my son when he's playing and the real firefighters who are doing such good work for our communities, they can only put out one fire at a time, just like you. You are performing heroic work just like a firefighter each and every day. So create opportunities to practice and train your own personal dispatcher. Create opportunities to practice pausing when the stakes aren't so high. Then you will begin to more easily figure out which emergency needs your attention. But it starts with practicing the pause. And as always, if you'd like any support with this process, just get in touch. Thanks for joining me today. If you're ready to dive deeper into your own well-being, check out my book, The Path of the Mindful Teacher, or join the monthly Teaching Well with Mindfulness sessions to connect and recharge. Find links for these and other ways we can work together in the show notes and at teachingwell.life. Remember, caring for yourself is the best way to care for your students.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.